All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Purple Podcast. This is your host, Austin. It is Friday Eve tonight when we're recording. You'll be listening to it on a Sunday, perhaps. You may be listening on another day, but it'll be coming out Sunday. We're here. Welcome to Derry, episode 3. I didn't even look at the title of it, but it's Now You See It. I just grabbed it quick. I'm just like that at the controls. Don't worry, your host has you. Don't worry at all. Welcome to the booth, team. How you guys doing?
Doing well today, my friend. I feel like this episode kind of picked up a bit. That's what I would say right off the bat. I think this episode kind of picked up. Speaking of, I need to get it rolling over here. There we go.
That's right. You've been a negative fella so far, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I have been. And I mean, I'm not going to claim it's the best show I've ever seen. It's not. I think we can all agree there. But it picked up a little bit in this third episode, and I'm starting to enjoy myself. You know, I'm giving it a chance. You know that. We at the Purple team, we're open-minded fellas, and we'll watch anything. So, you know, we're having fun. What about you, Pops?
Guys, this one was cool. I mean, you know me, anytime you go back in time and, you know, they're showing, 1908? They're kind of showing the history of what's going on. It starts kind of putting the pieces together. We learn a little bit more about it. We learn a little bit more about Francis Shaw. So, and then Halloran, you know, we start seeing what's going on with this cat and why he is so important to the military team that he is. Man, I don't know, Griffin. Unlike you, man, this one really reeled me in. I mean, you know how bad that I don't want to watch these scary movies.
It's kind of getting you a little bit?
Yes, sir. I said it to the wife and daughter. I'm like, this one's pulling me in. So, man, hopefully number 4 is as good or better than 3. And man, we got something going. No doubt. Yeah, I like this one, guys.
Something. Hey.
Before we get a little too far into this, I got something here myself as well. I got myself a glass of vino. It's actually one that your lady friend left over here, Griff. So I thought I'd take it upon myself.
A little orange wine. Am I mistaken?
Yeah. It's
Look at
okay.
that beautiful
It's not
color.
My favorite. Mosul. Yeah, it does have a bit of nice.
It's got
color.
some honey look to it. What type of flavors you getting there?
Oh, here we go.
What you getting?
Grapefruit, certainly. I wouldn't, from Mosul, they're typically going to be a Riesling. It doesn't ring like a Riesling to me. On the bottle, it says white wine. It's got a lot of acidity, a lot of tartness to it. I think it stays more on the, kind of the citrus fruits, your lemon, lime, and then maybe into a little bit of that stone fruit. So you get your grapefruit as well. I'm not really getting too much in terms of like honey, but.
Well, I wonder if it's a little bit muted. It's been in the fridge for 2 weeks.
It's been there a little bit now. It's been there a little bit, but
it's all right.
It's going down plenty fine. I'm not complaining too much, and it's man, I need one. This week has been a bit of a dog for me. I've been running through some interviews. I had one on Tuesday.
Interviews?
Didn't expect. Yeah. I had some interviews. So trying to get your boy's trying to get a promotion here.
Oh, he's going for a promotion.
And, that's right.
Look
I'm
at
not
that.
jumping ship. But man, I had an interview on Tuesday. Expected to have one next week. Get turned around. Oh, actually, we're going to do it on Thursday if you have time. And I said, I'm happy to please. I can make that happen. Get done with the one today. And they're like, you know what? You want to meet at 4 p.m. today as well for another one? I said, well, why the hell not? So we'll see where that goes. Knock on wood, all is well. Think I did all right. Did my best, certainly. So we'll see what happens there. If nothing comes of it, that's okay. We'll keep moving forward one way or the other. But man, I need a little decompression. So it's good to be here. It's good to be back on the Purple Podcast with the team. It's always a fun time, nice and therapeutic. I think we've said that before. And no better way to have some therapy than with a glass of wine as well. So
hey,
that's where I'm at. How's your week?
Speaking of that,
great, guys.
Hey, Dad, here's a line from you. Speaking of that, Oss, why don't you shut the hell up and actually get to what we're doing here? Talk about
these people.
Welcome
hey, you know
to Derry.
This guy thinks he
Let's do
directs this
this.
show, man.
Hey, Dad, give me a sting.
The people at home can listen
Stung
to things
him.
about this show. He thinks he's on to something. Guys, they're listening for us too. They want to hear what's happening in our lives. We gotta fill them in. We gotta let them know what's going on in the Sack's life, all the Sackish shit. That's
Well,
going
we
on
are
in
doing
our
a
life,
lot
too.
of sacky stuff. I will say that.
There's Sacks too, man. You know, we can't just hide from the sackedness.
Well,
Just only bully little kids.
Oh,
gosh.
Careful.
Easy.
Yeah, no one said anything
geez.
bad about Marge today.
Oh, geez.
Hey, man.
No way. No way.
All right,
We don't
so
need
we'll
any
get
of
into
that.
it. Griffin, where do you want to start then, asshat?
Well, I'm watching right now where we have Francis and his pops. His dad's working on the car. Kind of breaks down. I guess it was 1908. I didn't even know that it was very common to be driving vehicles at that time. I'm certain it wasn't, but we kind of got introduced pretty hardcore, right? Like you said, Dad. I mean, we're already back in time. We're at 1908. We're seeing some of the Native American tie-in as well when he actually meets Rose as a kid. And, I mean, we see it pretty much immediately when Francis runs into the forest. And I think that's another little notch in the story, kind of showing how, at this time, apparently it was kind of isolated to that forest. And I, for one, am interested to see where that broke, how it got through that and is no longer applicable to that.
If you recall,
go ahead.
If you guys recall, I mentioned something about the Native Americans being able to trap him for some feeding cycles. It's called the Ritual of Chud. That is what it's called. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. If that's why he was stuck in this forest. I thought it was a really cool kind of element to it. I thought the opening scene was awesome. It was one of my favorite of it. I thought
the carnival.
I thought his dad was kind of ass. I thought he was pretty stiff, and that was, we've had this issue with the show. I think some of the acting's been a little flat in places and just didn't work fully. I think his dad was the worst part, but I really liked the kind of backstory element of it. I thought it was really, really exciting when he gets into the forest and you start seeing him pop out, man. I just thought that was really good stuff. It lurking in the forest.
That skeleton man, that was one hell of a scene. You got to admit, guys, here he is. He's standing up and you're like, he's not that intimidating. When he got down on all fours, I went, wow, we got something here. I'm like, the way his bones just kind of and just went into place, man, I loved it. I thought that was a really exciting scene that I said, here we go. This one's going to be one hell of an episode.
Well, the thing
what did you guys think?
Here's me kind of being Mr. Negative again, because I agree. This is a pretty, there's some frights here. It's a little chilling, right? But man, the CGI is kind of killing me in this series. I think it's just, I think it's not really performing super, super well, I gotta say. And I think we see that in the graveyard scene at the very end of the episode too. And, I did some reading and just some minimal research, and that was kind of the biggest complaint that I've been seeing is actually just the CGI. And I know you mentioned that with the first episode and the demon baby, Austin, so I don't know. I think I'm not loving that element of things.
I thought the graveyard scene was kind of goofy-ish with the kids floating around and having like some kind of, like, I don't know what you would even call it, but the glow inside of them. I didn't care for all that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think on it too much in the very beginning one. I liked it. I don't know how well you can, I guess CGI can be better, but I think my biggest gripe with that first scene is there's no shot in hell that slow ass kid's getting away. He was not moving fast at all through that forest, dude. He's not a ball player either, certainly. Yeah. But hey, the wrist rocket came in clutch, didn't it?
Wrist rocket.
Yeah, another slingshot.
Rose knew what she was doing,
slingshot.
Man. Absolutely.
What's Mrs. Sinclair's maiden name? Is it Holleran? Did he somehow get that wrist rocket and pass it down?
That's funny.
Something?
Good for you.
Hey, man, I wouldn't be
for
shocked,
you.
man. That's another thing I was doing is just kind of, as you had mentioned before, Austin, digging a little bit more into the Stephen King universe. And, man, it's pretty interesting once you start digging a little bit. And I know you sent a video over, Dad, earlier today, kind of just giving us some tidbits and rundowns of this past episode. And I really enjoyed that myself, just seeing all the little connections. And I think that's why the series is getting better for me, is you're seeing more of those connections, and all of these storylines are finally coming together a little bit more for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and definitely so. And I think there's another, I can't think of it right now, but there's more lore to like the town of Derry that we get in somewhere. Maybe it'll come up as we're walking through it. But I found that kind of connection. We mentioned Shawshank again in this episode. And there's also just a general Stephen King theme of like innocent people being convicted for crimes they did not commit. You have
Hank.
You have that with Andy Dufresne. You have it with Hank. You have it with
man.
John Coffey in the.
Well, I
Green
mean,
Mile.
think of how scary that is, and like what type of work does Stephen King do? He writes horror, so I mean, it makes a lot of sense. What could be more terrifying than being wrongly convicted of something? A few things, but it's pretty high up the list, I'd say.
Well, I mean, it's terrible, and I thought even more on like the bigotry side of things, like. When Leroy looks out his door, he catches some other people kind of scoffing, looking when Holleran's interfering in the dinner party. It's like, dude, these people are getting wrongly convicted for murders. And then they're also like, you can't even feel safe in your own home. You think someone might fucking try to do something to you in your sleep or break into like.
And I mean, he's like a well-respected civilian too. He's with the military.
He's a military man.
And even he's having to worry about this stuff. So, I mean, it definitely is a little odd. And how do you think? I know that's something, Dad, when we've watched movies, I mean, we've watched a million movies together. That's something that you always kind of have some sort of opinion about, is how, like, maybe, I don't even know how to say it, like, kind of that bigotry is represented in some of these period shows. Like, how do you think that they're handling some of those undertones with Welcome to Derry here?
And again, Griffin, at the time, I actually think they're doing really well with it, because usually they go the other way. I mean, if you've seen Bridgerton, they don't even acknowledge it. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like that wouldn't happen in a million years at that time. But this one in early 1900, in the 1900s, and especially when we're like 1963, a lot was going on. The world changed quite a bit from 63 to 70. A lot went down. So I actually think they've done a pretty good job with it. Let me say this, Griff, and this has nothing to do with the bigotry, but we've got a new character on the show that she doesn't even have a name yet. Did you all see that we've got the head of staff, Madeline Stowe is her name. She's
on the screen right now in my room here.
At Juniper Hill, Lily's kind of.
Yes, sir.
Companion.
Thank you, Oz. Guys, I want you all to know that back in my day, back in the early 80s, she was the sex symbol. She was it. I mean, if she was in the movie, that was one you wanted to go see as a young man.
For another edition of Mike's Horny on the podcast.
Mike's Minx of the episode.
Hey, call it whatever you want, man.
And it wasn't Miss Bainbridge.
Bing. Hey, let me just say this, guys.
Works at a diner.
Anyone my age is saying that old geezer right there called the shot. She was something, dude. They don't even give her a name, Austin. Griffin, they don't even give her a name yet. I read about that.
I think it's gonna
Mike
come.
was sniffing it out. He knew.
Hey,
Hey, I really like this episode. I found her. I thought she had a real cute way about her. I really like this episode. I really like her character. She had a real cute way about her.
No. But, hey, I do want to say this, Austin. I did catch the part where he said Shawshank Redemption, and he said kitty killer.
Oh yeah.
And he said the kitty
Could've said
killer
something
going to
worse.
Shawshank. Yeah, I thought it was going to go a lot worse than that. And then Hatchet Hank, Gonna Fry. I went, man, I mean, that sounded, I mean, that's Stephen King. That sounds like Stephen King wrote that. That sounds like, fish from Shawshank when Andy Dufresne and all them are coming in off the bus. So I thought that was pretty well done.
Well, that really does. I know we're kind of talking circles around it, but I mean, it really does make for a better viewing experience, in my opinion. When you do have those tie-ins and those parallels, it's like, man, there's something cool here. There's something really cool.
There's a lot more, and it's thoughtful. And, sometimes it's like, oh, you're just trying to win brownie points with the true fans. But, like, I think it is purposeful. They've mentioned Shawshank twice now. Okay, everyone's going to know that name. They're going to hammer in on it. Going back to the bigotry thing, we don't have to really hammer it too hard. I do think those things can be overdone sometimes, too.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Like, with both of the military, man, we've had two different military men in the leader roles, like, we don't stand for that bullshit here. And it's like, yeah, I get it, what you're trying to do. You're getting your points there, but they've done that twice. That two different military leaders have said that about the time that they came after Lee. Were like, we don't stand for that bullshit here. And it's like, come on, I get that, but you're just really trying to,
they're trying awfully hard. Yeah.
So it's a tricky line to toe. Fuck, we're on this podcast. I don't know how to talk about these things sometimes. I'm trying to be as respectful as I possibly can, but
sure.
It just is what it is. So sometimes it's just like, okay, it's a little overblown in my opinion. Okay, guys, do we want to do favorite scenes? We want to move into those.
I don't see why not.
Absolutely.
I'll say this. I really enjoy. I love that little Richie, man. I think he's just a fun little guy. I like him.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. He says it too. He's like, oh, God damn, I did it again. Now we're back to bigotry. But there's the line with him and Will. We're talking about, they wouldn't just pin it on something, or like the land of free opportunity or whatever the hell. He's like, what country are you talking about?
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a good way to do it.
They would never get you in trouble for something you didn't do. Why would they do that?
Yeah, this is America, land of the free.
Hey,
Griffin, did you catch what little Richie said? The evil spirit, what he called it?
La Orija.
That was in Spanish. Yeah.
La Orija.
Richie does rock, man.
Richie's was cool.
Fun.
He started
I liked him in the little ice cream parlor. The what were those called back? Like it was a little burger joint. What do they call those? The diners?
Right? Diner.
Yeah. I liked him in the diner talking about tatas with Will and just being a little goofball. Also, I really loved, I thought it was a really cute scene where they're riding their bikes and he says, oh, well, being in love, it'll make you do all sorts of things, like writing poems on the inside of your shoes so no one can see it. And it's like, oh, God, little Richie, man.
Yeah, right after drinking that milkshake, too, he's got like a milkshake mustache, which he is good, that little pipsqueak, man. I'm liking that guy. I got Will and him as some of my favorites, just kind of their little nerd camaraderie. This is a big thing about it. This is a big thing in Stranger Things too. It's this losers club kind of mentality. And we saw it in the first episode. Then we lost half of them, I guess 3/4 of them if you want to count Susie.
Pretty much all of them.
But yeah, we kind of established that crew with Ronnie, Lily, Rich, and Will. I think they're going to be around for a little bit. I think this is our gang. This is our loser crew. I don't know if there'll be any additions to it, but I think that's maybe where you've gotten a little more attached because that the crew's meshing and molding in some ways that are working a little more now. Ron, I thought still maybe it was a little premature that they all like hugged each other after they got out of the cemetery. It kind of felt like that was a little like strange. These guys aren't really friends yet. Like they're barely friends.
I mean, that was a traumatic experience. So, I think I'll
give you
that'll bring you together a little bit.
What's Griffin saying? That it was a little hammed up. I thought the same thing, Austin. I was like, it was a little hammed up. But again, that was, I'm sure if that happened to any of the three of us, we'd probably be looking for a hug from somebody too. I know Griffin would. He'd be scared rabbit.
Well, I mean, I really do think, and again, the show's getting better. There's no doubt about it. But that's another place where it does struggle, is I do think that some of the performances are just a little jilted. They're not really there for me. I will say, I think if we're talking favorite characters, my favorite character of this whole series at this point is Dick Halloran. I really like him on the screen. I think that he has that presence. He has that shine, if you want to say that. I mean, that guy's fun to watch, and I'm just intrigued by his character.
He's got a unique look too. He's
got that stern look, but he looks right through the screen, it seems like sometimes, and it's stern, but you could tell there's a whole lot going on behind the scene. I thought, Austin, to answer your question, what was the best scene? The most powerful scene to me was Halloran and Leroy on the front porch. And we find out that Halloran was there when he was, going through it, that when they were doing that fight scene with the so-called Russian, the Makarov, that they're, all of that going on. He was analyzing Leroy, and he tells him that. And he found out a lot about the man. He finds out a lot that, hey, Leroy went and saves him, and it kept him from jumping off of that, out of that, what was it, a plane, helicopter? He was going to jump.
Airlift. I mean, he was gone.
Yeah, he was going to jump.
You were up in that bird.
And I think what we found out, that to me, that was a very powerful scene. I think you're going to see those two really a tight niche, because there's a lot of respect there between those two men.
I think there's still like this maybe uneasiness around each other to a degree, like they're kind of testing the waters a bit. I was a little confused when they first like there's looks that Leroy's giving Dick in that dinner scene. It's like, is he just being like too friendly with his wife or something? Is he pushing weird? What we come to find out is that he felt that thing in his brain again. He was playing with his goddamn thoughts is what it was. And he recognized it from the situation when he was, under the gunpoint in the episode 1, which I agree, Mike, that was a very good scene, a strong scene. And I like that he says, nah, man, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah. I
want you in the trenches with me.
That's the thing. I do think by the end of it, there was that recovery. And I think that Leroy was maybe a little bit nervous too. It kind of seems like Leroy's trying to keep his wife's cards a little bit more to the chest, right? Because, with her and her activism, I think that with what that did in Louisiana, he's a little cautious about those things. And let's not forget, before this dinner scene, Leroy sees Halloran go into a trance on the freaking airlift and almost jump out of it. I mean, you don't think you're going to be a little on edge? Like, what the hell is going on with this guy at the dinner?
He says, closing your eyes to look for something. What's going on here?
I mean, I don't think that it's not a huge shocker for that reason. What did you guys think? I'm watching it right now. What did you think when Halloran actually had the wrist rocket on the plane? What did y'all think when you saw it? Were you like, oh, there it is?
I guess I didn't think too much on it because
really?
it had already been established twice. So I knew that it was going to be it was going to have some kind of role. Like, I think Shaw had already mentioned, is like, well, let's give him something that marked this beast or whatever the hell it is. So I think that was already understood to me that, they were going to use that in some kind of way. Maybe not in that kind of form or fashion, but it didn't feel like a big surprise to me. I think it was just fucking crazy seeing the goddamn wrist rocket. Oh, here it is. The lore that I was talking about in terms of Derry. Shaw leaves. Forgets everything about the town.
Yeah.
So this is a part of its defense mechanism. if the military world or countrywide, worldwide, whatever the hell, if they just were on to understanding that there was this horrible evil killing kids, it would be stopped, right?
Yeah.
They'd bring in a goddamn nuke or whatever the hell, they do whatever the hell to get to it. But when people leave, they forget Derry entirely. So it's not America. It's Derry.
Oh, nice.
How you like that?
Yeah. I do like that.
Man, oh man.
And I'll say this before it gets too far away. I mean, how can we talk about best scenes of this episode and not mention when Halloran ends up in its lair?
Called
in the sewers, sees those eyes. How can we not talk about that? I mean, that's where we start getting real. Wouldn't you say? You hear that voice?
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite scene of the entire thing. Who are you? And the fallout of what happens after that too. Halloran, after almost killing himself, jumping out of this helicopter, he says to Shaw, it's like, man, like, you wasn't supposed to see me.
Right.
That wasn't supposed to happen here. Maybe we just leave this thing alone because we don't know what we're fucking with.
Yeah, because Halloran's supposed to just be the human compass that can guide him to it. I think he's a smart cat. He's like, hey, I'll guide you to this, but I don't want any part of this thing.
Well, he's had no challenge to his psychic abilities before.
Right.
I'm sure he's never had anything of that.
He just got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sure
just
did.
got it.
He met his match and then some.
And seeing his grandma like that, I mean, I'm sure that'd be messing with you. And from the research I was doing, apparently his grandma had the shine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
generational
big connection there.
No doubt. Some other great scenes. We already mentioned the first one. I really like that one. I really do. And I really do like the transition that they have from young Rose into old Rose. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so
very
now
nice.
It's starting to connect. And that was Shaw growing up. So I think that just adds a bit of weight to the whole story. It is. Things are starting to kind of click and connect. And, where episode 2 was a lot of that build and setup, I think we're starting to get some more answers, and we're still building. We're moving towards it, but we're getting really close. You can almost taste it now. We got a snapshot image of the clown. Guess who we're going to see this next episode? It's already been confirmed. He's going to be in it. He is. Pennywise is going to be in this next one. Yeah. We've waited 3 episodes, and it's time for him to, as Mike, you said last episode, show that ugly mug of his.
I mean,
yes, sir.
I don't think we could say, though, that he wasn't in this one. I mean, right? But I guess
he's been in them all. I'm talking about Pennywise specifically.
Yeah, and like you're seeing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that in maybe 3 episodes. What are your guys' takes there? Do you think 3 episodes without him in his, most recognizable form, is that too many episodes, or do you think this is just right?
Griff, as I said earlier, I think they're the first episode. They're just kind of piecing this together. Number 3, again, guys, this is somebody that does not. I'm not down with this stuff. You know that they're pulling me in. I like it, Griff. I like that they're not. They're not giving you the money shot already. The money shot's coming. The money shot, there'll be a scene where it's going to scare the hell out of you with Pennywise. It's coming. I mean, we've already seen the eyes in the background. It's coming. They're going to bring this cat out, and it's going to be one of those you better be watching at 9 a.m. like I am, because you're going to jump off your couch. It's going to be good. I really think they're going to do a good job with this.
Mike, I thought your money shot was that second scene at Juniper Hill, right?
Oh, come on. No. Man,
it's an explosive performance.
Couldn't be me. I like her, though. Where does she fit into all this? Do we see more of her? I think the screen's out of focus, G.
Yeah, I know.
Everything that the little that I've read, I mean, you don't bring a Madeline Stowe onto a series without, utilizing her talent. She is wonderful actress. They're going to have to bring her more and more into the story with Lily's mom. So yes, they will be utilizing. Hopefully we find out she has a name. That'd be even better instead of
they
the
might
head
have
of
said it. Maybe I'm.
And they did in Austin. I mean, if you look, even the credits right now, they don't have a name for her. So
she's going to have to be involved in some kind of way because there's something to be said about that older character that actually is believing the kid, right? That doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
It's always the other way around. It's always them saying, no, that shit didn't work. What I'm left with in this one too, it's like, what's going to happen with these photos that makes this not conclusive, right? They have this thing on image. They have these kids. It's like, what are these adults going to say to make this not real?
Well,
like,
I was a little surprised that the kids even showed up. Like, I thought it would be one of those where, oh my God, they're ghosts. You can't see them on film or whatever.
Yeah, that's where I thought it was going to go.
I was a little surprised by that myself.
One of those kind of like hidden details, Easter egg things was saying that, Pennywise had to allow them to capture that. Otherwise, that it wouldn't have been there. So, like, it's something of his doing, but why does he want to be captured?
Oh,
so that's my question to that guy.
Did you guys hear the bit about him actually being on those photos would allow him to actually come through that photo? Kind of like, what was that crazy? What was that crazy show or movie?
Well, there's the Ring that comes through the
Ring.
TV.
Yeah, the Ring. Yeah. That's it.
There's like a Sinister. I think there's an element of it too.
Well, I remember.
And I was thinking it.
The movie, the first, or not the original, but the one from like 2017. He pulls one of those tricks out.
Maybe that's what it was. Because I was thinking, I wrote down in my notes for my last scene, I said, developing photos. This isn't going to work out how they want. I was just waiting for the clown to come out of that photo right then and there. I was waiting. It's like, oh my God.
That'll probably be the one that gets us. That'll be the one that gets. Yeah, it's coming. You know it's coming.
Kreskin moment. That's it.
Kreskin moment. He's coming through one of those photos.
Because also, like, Will is so getting got. Why? And like that's another gripe. It's like there is no place where any child would go back into whatever that was, the mausoleum of sorts, after being chased by ghosts.
No way.
He's not going back in there. He's not, oh, what was that noise? Let me check it out. That's a good idea, right?
Guys, what would you all do?
Never happening.
We're getting our hat. We're gone. It's like, see ya. No, I'm out.
Rich says, get the camera. I say, fuck you, Rich. I'm out of here.
Rich,
I don't care.
You get it, you 47-pound dwarf. You know, I mean, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're already on the ground. Pick it up yourself, asshole.
Jeez, you're 47 pounds.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that whole sequence myself. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. They go to not funny, I guess, but they end up
like falling out beneath.
They end up at the cemetery and they're like doing the little seance or whatever. Like, it's kind of funny because Rich is like, oh, I learned this from my family and whatever. But yeah, the actual action that kind of goes after, kind of not my favorite part of the episode.
Oh, I dropped the camera. The next person's
I dropped it. Yeah, it's just it was just a little silly, but
seen it before.
Yeah. That's whatever.
Favorite characters. Griff, you already said, Richie. No, you said Dick.
Richie and Halloran. Yeah, Richie and Halloran are my favorites for sure.
Okay, yeah, that Rich is my sixth man. Halloran is my favorite of this one. I would agree. I did really like Will and Rich. I'll give Will some. He's a nerd, and maybe we could call it bad acting, but like he just kind of feels like an awkward little kid, right? I think that's believable. That's what I'm seeing in him. It's not really like bad acting. I think he's just kind of a nerdy little kid. I liked the Shaw and Rose stuff. I really did. That just invested me in that story a little more too. The Native American plot line as well as the military plot line, even though he just blatantly lies to her. You can trust me. I know you don't think you can trust me because of who I am. But yeah, we're just digging to see if we can get pipes in here from the river. That's all. We just want some water. It's like, come on. She's not believing you either. I hope she doesn't believe him because there's no shot in hell. Mike?
Guys, Favorite character, I really like Halloran. He started bringing something to the table to me. We got the backstory of him. We saw a little bit more of the human side of him. He's just been more of a robot, I thought. But my favorite character in this one, guys, was Francis Shaw. We found out why this fella,
Dexter's father, if you've seen Dexter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I have seen Dexter. And we see why he wants to do that. And then which was kind of goofy, is he wants to find out what it is and find out what's going on, where he's at. But then when he sees Rose, he starts remembering. I found that was I was struggling with that. I struggled, but I like the backstory of him and Rose. It sounds like old Francis Shaw's got the hots for Rose still, if you ask me. Again, maybe Mink's moment is maybe Rose and old Francis Shaw. But I really like that backstory. I love where they're, you've already mentioned about the Indian and the sacred lands and all that. I think that is it's bringing a lot to the story. So I'm really enjoying that part.
Yeah. I wonder if like the burial grounds has something to do with like the ritual of Chud and that keeps it protected. But I mean, he's out there eating, so that can't be true. But I guess you kind of talked me into some kind of thinking myself. It's like Shaw doesn't really need to like hold his cards close to his chest. Like, what are they really going to do? Put in a cease and desist order? Like, you think America's really going to care about Native Americans? Like, they're not going to care. They're going to let the military do what they fucking want to do. So why wouldn't Shaw leverage the knowledge that she clearly is going to have about this? Right? She knows more than this. She knew more when they were kids.
Yeah.
She already understood. So
yeah.
Having that understanding, him wanting to know more about this thing, leverage that.
Austin, I think that's coming. Again, I think you're going to see Shaw have a heart-to-heart with her and with Rose, and he's going to have to lay that out there and say, hey, no, we're not really digging for this. We're not doing any sampling. Here's why we're here. We're trying to get this, this redheaded asshole and try to get rid of it.
He wouldn't even have to explain who they're trying to get. I mean, she already knows who it is.
She already knows that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're coming after him. And I mean, I feel like they already kind of know, because don't we see where her son, I believe it's her son, says, hey, they're getting close to, uncovering this or whatever it was. So
they're making the obvious
no
sound
big
profound.
surprise.
I mean, we all know that, but it's coming.
Yeah. All right, Sad Sack. Who you guys got for this one? Not a lot of options, in my opinion, in this episode, but
guys,
I have one.
I've got 3.
Oh, okay. I'm a liar. Prove me wrong, Mike.
Again, Austin. I mean, I said this last time. Hank is a sad sack. I mean, that poor bastard is still. He could potentially go to Shawshank. If he goes, Austin. If they don't do the fish, that I mean, they got to do.
That's a missed opportunity. You're
right. He might be the guy saying fish. That might be him.
Fish. Yeah, I can't wait. They got to get Morgan Freeman's son in there. Yeah, that would be great. I've also got in this. I've got Rich. I think he's a sad sack. I just, that poor little guy. But I honestly, I think he's cute as
a happy
be.
little fella.
I mean, he reminds me. He's that character like Dustin is on Stranger Things. He's a cute little fella. And I just love it that he talked about conjuring up evil spirits and how a priest and his family. I love all that. That was, man, that said a lot for his character.
That group needs a Rich. We needed Rich for the loser club in this one.
Yes, all dead on. And then my number 1 for sad sack is Halloran. I think he's the sad sack. When you seem like he's saying, I think he's the sad sack of this, guys. And give me a second to explain.
Well, let's see what he's got, Cliff.
When you see him, he's this compass. And we're going, that he's like, hey, I can do anything I want to do on campus here. I'm the BDP on campus here. I can do anything. And then he goes over those woods and you see him fold like a deck of cards. And you see, is his grandma? I think you all mentioned that, or was it his grandma that he sees her face come down? And you just see this. I mean, he is petrified. He is scared out of his wits. And then he's so scared that he was going to jump off the back of that plane. He was done if Leroy didn't get him. I just felt like he felt like I've got exposed. Now this evil spirit, evil whatever this thing is, now knows about me, knows what I'm all about. And he's going to, in his mind, maybe he's saying he's going to get me. I just felt like that made him the sad sack.
I think, he wasn't going to jump out because he was scared. He was going to jump out because he was literally seeing something different, right? Yeah, so he was going to be made to commit suicide himself. Where I'll agree with you, and this is not a point that you made, Mike, so...
Well, make it for me.
I would say where he would be one of the sad sacks is he's going to be a tool. They are going to be using his ass, and they're going to say, get back in there, hollering. Strap those cleats
He's
on.
He's going to be like L. He's like L, man. We can draw parallels all day, can't we?
Yeah.
He's going to be the military's tool, and
Austin,
they're going to use him
Thank you. Good point. Bravo.
Yeah.
There it is.
Sad
sack. Hey!
Fireworks are back.
I love it.
Sad sack of this episode is Francis's father, I would say. He has the new car. Car breaks down. Austin already made fun of his acting, said he was...
Hell, man, he didn't even have 5 cents to his name. He could only give him 4 cents.
Yeah, I mean, I think sad sack.
Yeah, 3 or 4
sad
cents.
Sad sack of this episode, we'll call it Francis's pops. That's my take.
Okay.
I got little Francis.
Little Francis, yeah, he's a sack too.
Yeah. God damn it. I don't mean to bully all these kids.
Who he reminded me of?
Call it as it is.
Help me with the name. From the Sandlot, the boy with the big duckbill hat. What was his name?
You're just talking about Smalls?
Smalls. That's who he. Yes, thank you. He looked a little like him.
He's got a little Smalls to him.
Yeah, he's got a little. Thank you, Austin. Daggone, I should have remembered Smalls.
Yeah, that's all right. Themes and things. We'll get our asses on out of here.
What you got, Dad?
God, I hate even doing these. I know you are going to kick me. How about past to present? How about friendship? Yes. How about
friendship?
How about friendship, human kindness?
All right.
And I'm talking about Leroy.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're getting awfully close.
Hey,
we're getting close.
Let me say it again. Hey, Austin, human kindness. Drinking
I
wine.
like drinking the drink I'm drinking.
Oh, man, that's great. The hollering Leroy, I really like that. Again, I thought that was a powerful scene. Slingshot. I mean, every single, the theme of it's the slingshot. You got to have a slingshot in one of these,
Good tool.
Yeah, apparently it works, and I kept in my head when
works on Demogorgon.
Well, it works for Cal and Ricky Bobby. I mean, the slingshot, but and the other thing, shake and bake, baby. Yeah.
Funny.
And then the other thing is, I really like the theme of the Indians, that they know a lot more about it than anyone else does, and they've been containing this fool for some time. So I really like that backstory.
Yep,
that's it for me, guys.
Get a lot of mine, Mike. Well done.
Yep.
Griff.
I do like that. Yeah, I mean,
you all sound surprised, by the way.
I think no, you did really well. I think for me, we could make a theme this camera that they're tossing around. I would say, that ends up playing a pretty vital role in this. I think also, it's kind of a call to action a bit. Like you said, Austin, we're finally accumulating our group, and it feels a little bit more stable. So, we have that call to action. These kids are down to it. Lily approaches Ronnie, says, hey, I'm going to tell him the truth. Let's get this done. Let's make this happen. So these kids are they're really, really tying their heads together here and getting some things done. I think, kind of seeing. My theme would mostly be that we're seeing the pieces fall into place finally. We're getting Hanlon and Halloran talking. They're figuring out a little bit more about each other too.
Yep.
And I mean, let's not forget, I'll leave this as my last one. It's Lair. We finally get to see that. We get to see the spiral of bodies, all the victims just go into the sky. I mean, there's some creepy stuff there, and I mean, we're uncovering it. And I lied. I'll say Carnival as well, because we have it, Pennywise, the dancing clown. Here's the Carnival, and all of the
cabbage.
Cabbage.
Yeah, circus folk, circus folk, nomad, smelly cabbage, small hands.
There it is.
Oh gosh, we just looked for that.
Us?
Hit it, Oz.
My number one is Carnies, certainly.
Connie.
That is my top one. We see them right off the bat in this one, but you made some good points in that, Griffin. That its layer is called the cistern, and I think that's just like the technical name for that piece of plumbing or whatever. It's like a room with like water at the bottom kind of thing. It's called the cistern, is what it is.
Is that how that's pronounced? Not to be an asshole, but
I think, I believe so. Cistern, cistern. I've heard it. I heard it in videos. So
there you go.
Them.
But
we'll go with cistern.
We'll do that. But also, they know where, or they have some kind of clue to where it's at now as well. So the military, these pieces are connecting. They know where it's at. So that's another big kind of thing that is in motion and moving.
Yeah.
My other ones here, I've got, just leaving Derry, that whole element of forgetting that Derry is there, or that what's going on there, that defense mechanism of it. I mentioned the ritual of Chud and how that kind of plays in and ties in. I guess you would think it's not still intact, but it can't be, because he's attacking. So that's not right. Innocent being imprisoned, Shawshank, Generations. So you hit that one, Mike, and then the Native American community, you hit that one as well. So I think those are kind of the big ones there. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to say, but I kind of forgot it along the way. So whatever. What do you guys think happens next? What do you think the next development here, that it comes out of the photo? What I was going to say is that developing the photo. Fuck, I talked myself right into it. That's awesome. That's just straight from Stranger Things. The developing the photo in that room, right?
It really
is. Jonathan. It's Creeper Jonathan. Finding the puzzle piece, seeing the Demogorgon on it. They see the clown on it.
And that's a good question. We're definitely going to get something with this photo. Obviously, something's going to happen there. I think you're right, Austin. I think things are going to start picking up. We might even get another shot at the cistern with Halloran showing up again, and maybe that's when we really see it. Who knows? But I think things are just going to keep rolling downhill, and I think my main idea is that the military is going to figure out they might be poking a bear they don't want to be poking. I think the military might start backtracking a little bit.
Well, and guys, it's no secret. We know what the final battle's going to be. We know what the final battle scene's going to be. It's Leroy versus it. We know that. That will be down in that sewer somewhere where he's going to get him down in, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if we all know that. I don't know if that's so clear.
I think it has to be.
He's going to have some kind of involvement.
I'll say one thing. My dad has a sense for some of that stuff, so I might trust him a little bit.
We'll see. And again, guys, I don't know anything about this. Austin's, he's telling us things. Thank goodness that he's, looking into this. You all watched all the movies, but you saw Halloran sizing up Leroy, and you could tell he's impressed with him. So you saw the fear. You saw what scared Halloran when he was in that lair. We'll see what happens with old Leroy. We'll see if go ahead.
You know what Charlotte said? You said, you boys stick together. Her, Leroy and Holler.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
To get Charlotte in here, we didn't talk about her too much in this one, but she's still doing her thing. Love that lady. But yeah, so maybe they stick together. They're gonna be some kind of partner.
They're a good team. I think.
Where does our boy what the hell is the goddamn how's my hair guy?
Oh, Paulie.
Where's Paulie gonna fit into this? He's a throwaway character. He's
I don't know if we'll see Paulie.
Yeah, he'll probably he might bite it. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, he might be done. They'll kill him off screen. We won't even see him again.
Yeah, they'll just write him out of the show. He just won't be there the next week. They'll be like, "What the hell happened to Paulie?"
Yeah,
never shows up again.
That could definitely happen.
No one would remember anyways.
No, they would. That's funny.
That's
well, I'll
great.
tell you what, Oss. I mean, you know how we do it, man. We're just rocking away. I'm ready for episode 4, man. Coming soon, and we got Friday coming up tomorrow, gentlemen. Let's make it a good one. And you know what it is at the Purple Podcast, man. It's progress, constant progress, growth, development, always pushing to our limit, always doing the next big thing. So you can expect a whole lot to come from these boys. That's what I gotta say.
Guys, I love it. We're starting to see some feedback from quite a few of the listeners, asking about this. Why did we feel this way? Why did we feel that way? If you think different, and there's been several of you that have come back with some different comments, guys, we don't know everything as you're finding out. We're watching this right along with you. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I enjoy this. Again, I'm not watching it Sunday night. Let's just make sure we all know that. I'm not sitting.
You might start though.
This. No way.
Why not?
No way. No way.
It's only 9 o'clock.
I know what's coming. At 9 o'clock here is pitch black. It's pitch black, and what is it like 6 o'clock here?
Early.
Yeah, it's pitch black here. So, but please keep the feedback rolling. We love it. Again, I always say, hey, the reels are kicking ass. They're getting funnier and funnier. I love to send them to my buddies just so they can get a kick out of what you're coming up with. There's some good ones, guys. So great job, team. Appreciate what you're doing. Looking forward to the next one, episode 4. It's gonna be awesome. They just keep getting better, as we're saying.
Yep. We're having a lot of fun with it. We're going to be back in the booth tomorrow, Friday night, recording the last episode of our Stranger Things recap rewatch series that will be coming out.
Oh yeah.
On I guess Wednesday, the 19th of November is what.
Have you finished episode 9 yet, Oss, or is that tonight for you?
It's happening tonight, obviously.
Oh,
I've seen it before,
nice.
but,
Okay.
But I am watching it tonight. We're going to get back in the booth to do that. And then the new season comes out November 26th. So we'll have episodes coming out.
It's going to be awesome.
Following week, or an episode that next week.
It.
But yeah, guys, once again, and as always, if you've listened all the way through, we appreciate it. You are the fucking best. We're having a whole lot of fun talking about these shows. I hope you're having a whole lot of fun listening to us. But other than that, keep living well, keep doing your best, and we'll be talking to you soon. Alrighty now. Bye-bye.
We froze. Y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
There it is.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Woo! Down, down, down.